Hello everybody, welcome to the 5.7 Smite patch review. It's called Drop the Beat, and I want to go over the item balance and the god section only, and how it can affect the game, potentially. First item, Talisman of Energy. Talisman of Energy can be an impactful choice when fighting around minion waves, but the lack of raw defense limited how useful it could be outside of those situations. I mean, it's built for those situations, but whatever. A small increase in magical protections should help it better serve as a defensive option against magical damage. Increase from 50 physical magical protections to 60. I don't think this really matters because you want this item for the passive, and if you're using your abilities on the wave, then what's the point? I see Jeff Henlow's built it a couple times, maybe. I haven't seen it anywhere else, really. I mean, it's a really nice, effective health item, but I just don't see the point. Is what it is. Now, on to the next item, which is Mace. Mace was at 650 gold, now it's 700. The biggest thing is every single hunter, well, not every single hunter, but most hunters, and assassins could just do their blessing, plus the tier 1 for Crusher, or Jotun's Wrath, or whatever you want to do. But it's going to be Crusher, let's be honest. And now it's going to be like a Heartseeker start, where it's a 700 gold instead of a 650. You can only get one of each pot, or two of one pot, however you want to play it, instead of the 3 pots you're able to get while doing the start. Maybe, this theory crafting here, maybe we see Morningstar here, since it's 550, and you could still get 3 pots and just save 100 gold, whatever. Crusher, this needed to be nerfed. I thought it could have been slightly different, but either way, I'm glad they did something to try to bring down this item from being in every single rush game item. The Crusher has been a core item on many gods. No shit. Even ones that didn't build much power, its cheap cost combined with good base values let it fit into builds in nearly any scenario. We are increasing the cost, reducing the base damage of the damage over time. Players will now need to invest more in this item for it to really shine. Now, I disagree with that sentence because you're taking away 10 damage from an item that's still going to do the 30, was it 30%? Or is it 15%? I don't remember. But you're still going to do a shit ton damage with Crusher. But it's 2400 now, which makes it the most expensive item of the tree. Which it should be to get all those stats. Moving on to Magi's Cloak. Magi's, they said blessing here. Haha. Somebody's not ready for Season 5. Magi's Cloak is an efficient, I can't even speak, combination of health, protections, and strong passive. Makes for a powerful one-off item for squishy characters that makes them quite tanky. We are increasing the cost and reducing the total health provided to ensure it's a strong pickup without being too potent. Now, this item has been around ever since this game's been here. Some metas, it's relevant. Some metas, nobody cares. And we've seen a lot of it this season. It's really helped out, especially mages, with their scaling on their defense actually being increased. This makes them even tankier, especially with the Warlock Sash. I like the change to decrease the health. And increasing the price, that's fine. I mean, it's a lot of health. It's 15 of each protection. I think it's still in a very good place. I don't think they really did a lot to this item by doing what they did. Either way. Dodgy. I don't know how I feel about Dodgy and how this is. I don't think the cooldowns were the problem. I don't think the sailing was a problem. I think you have a haste and a slow on one single item that happens to do a lot of damage. I just don't agree with Horrible Burns having a haste and a slow. It should be one of the two, and just make up your mind, make the choice, and go from there. Trickster Spirit, which is for 3, decreased power scaling from 100 to 85%. I mean, I guess once you hit level 15 and you're maxing this, maybe that makes a difference. I really don't care about that. Camazotz. This is huge for Camazotz. They decreases passive by 5 to 3%. That's a huge hit already. Decreased heal per hit on his leap from 15 to 55 to 10 to 50. So you're getting 5 less healing off a leap that you can potentially hit 6, 7, 8 different creeps. Not that you'll do it every single time, but I mean, you're taking away 30 health at the very worst if you hit 6 minions. Which, in all reality, you're probably going to hit 3 to 4 each time, so you're going to hit the back archers, maybe that'd be God. So you're only losing out on 20 healing. Who really cares? It's not really that big deal. But this is a big deal. Decreased damage per hit from 120 to 300, 100 to 280. That's 20 of across each rank. That is big because you can't... That's 60 damage you just lost. So you're going to have to weave in or figure out a way to get that 60 damage. And I still think Camazotz is still very good, but I don't think he's quite as good. I don't think he's as plus as most people think he is now. I think he's probably just S. And the thing that everybody's been waiting for, the Euler nerf. Euler's ability to combo his axe thrown into the rest of his kit gives him strong early kill potential. Okay, so did you just find this out? Have you been watching your game at all? We're trimming a bit of power off thrown axe while reducing the scaling of hail of arrows, which why the fuck was it 110% anyway? While a stun combo will still hurt, it won't be as devastating as usual. Euler players will still need to focus more on their follow-up after the combo to keep the pressure applied. So, this is a nice nerf in my opinion. You have 5% off the base scaling from 70 to 65%, or power scaling rather, and the base damage is decreased to, 10 off all ranks. I don't know why they didn't just type the numbers. So it's 50 to 170. So not only are you losing out on 50 damage overall, you're losing out on 5% damage. That's a decent hit. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm tired of seeing Euler in every single fucking game. And I hope this helps with that. Hail of Arrows. Decreased Hail of Arrows physical power scaling from 110 to 100%. Thank God. There's no reason for an ability, and it's not even on a mage, to have that much power scaling for just the boop. Let me throw a 3 down. Oh, let me go land on somebody. Let's do a shit ton of damage. I mean, I know Euler didn't get played for such a long time, and I was glad to see some sort of buff, but they did too much at one time, and then we never saw anything negative comebacks towards it, so I'm glad to see this. I still think he's very good, but thank God we got these nerfs. Janice. This has been needed, and it hurts me because this is one of my favorite gods. But the fact that you can build Desolation plus credit spend it, and an 8-second cooldown being brought down to 4.4 seconds. I mean, you're talking about like a Hebo 1, but way bigger. This is huge. Huge. That 2 seconds makes a difference. Now it's going to be a 6-second instead of a 4.4 second if you get the 40% cooldown between those two items. That's including the Chrono Spend It passive. That is huge. I love it. And like I said, I love Janice. He's one of my favorite gods, but this needed to happen hugely. And then also, I think this is justifiable too, because that's a long time for a deployable anyway. To hit his 3, which is a slow slash speed up for his team, also helps him get his passive from 3 to 7 seconds to 3 to 5 seconds. That's a 2-second drop off. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but it probably did need something. And I'm glad they didn't touch the ultimate of the 1, because that would have done nothing to his character. So I think that they did great changes here. Kali's Lash is a primary poke and clear tool. That's the only poke and clear tool she wants to use, obviously. Having a long cooldown on this limited her ability to properly jungle in the early game. While she is a late game character, she was a bit too skewed into the late game. This adjustment will help bring her overall power curve to a more reasonable level while still keeping her late game strength at the same level. So her 2 went from 15 to 11 seconds while you rank it to just 12 seconds in all ranked. I don't know. I still don't think she's a jungler you want to play. I love Kali. I'm not a great Kali, but I love Kali. I just think itemization just doesn't favor her to where, that you would want to see her on your team in your game. Makes no sense to me, especially in a meta right now that seems to be about early to mid and not so much the late game. But that's just my opinion. That's not really a fact. But I don't know. Maybe this opens up something for her in solo. I once again doubt that too, but I really enjoy Kali, so I'm gonna enjoy this small buff. Speaking of buffs and liking of characters, there I go again. Hades. Hades 1 and 2 doesn't consume blight. No longer does that. Now his 3 no longer consumes the blight. So, finally, this damn train, man. 55 yards away, gotta come through right now when I'm trying to record this. Stupid ass train. Anyways, this is huge. And also they increased the cooldown from 15 to 11 to 11, which is even better. So now you match other mages' cooldowns for your most potent ability. But the fact that the only ability that's going to consume the blight is the ultimate is the best thing, there I go again, this character could have asked for. Because if you're going to blink to 3 somebody and it didn't kill them, but they still have their escape up, or they still have their beads, if you pop the ultimate, you basically wasted it. Now, I can pop the ultimate, get the extra 10 to 30 penetration, or protection reduction rather, same thing. And you still get the increased protections from 60 to 100. This puts him in a much better place. I love this. You never see Hades in any games for any reason, as far as the SPL or higher play goes. I love the jungle Hades. I love it. It's so much fun. You can't really do it in mid because you have characters like, you see Poseidon there, you got Agni and Thoth and Janice that can just poke him from a mile away, can put him under crowd control, and make his 1 irrelevant, and just not make him want to come up to the waves to clear. And you don't want to do that as a Hades. You want to be aggressive as a Hades. But that's why I like to play him in jungle, because you get your solo farm. You get the farm that you need to get online, and it's fun. So, for me, I was already playing Hades jungle, but now, man, I love this. I think this is going to help him, and I know he should be a mid, or he should be a solo, or whatever, but I'm telling you, I love him in the jungle. He's not an assassin, but he can be very fun. Poseidon. Managing Tide is an important aspect for Poseidon, but some abilities had such high costs they became prohibitive to play around. Actually, this is one of the reasons I'd never play Poseidon. Reducing the overall tide cost of Tidal Surge and Release the Kraken. These 2 adjustments will give Poseidon players a better handle on their tide resource and increases damage during extended engagements. Increase the cost from 30 to 20 and 50 to 30 on Tidal Surge and Release of Kraken. So, you're going to have your wave up more often. Or your wave. Your tide up more often. This is great. This is a great change for Poseidon. He was already seeing some play. Wolfie, please still stay off this character. You're playing so well. Don't play this character again, please. But we'll see what this does for him. Maybe he sees more play. Maybe he sees the same amount. I don't know. I really like the god. So hopefully we see something with this god in the future that he's just being played more often. Last change, Bacchus. So, long story short, they increased his belch by 5 damage per level. They gave it healing reduction is now applied when Bacchus is at any level of his drunken meter. That is huge. That's huge. That is huge. I did not see that. That's one of the best changes they could have made for Bacchus. Because you would have to be... Was it the second or third one? I can't remember which one. At every single time to get the healing reduction. So you would just play Sobek instead of Bacchus. So now you can just press 3 and get it. I love it. I really love it. And now increasing the healing reduction from 3 to 4 seconds matches Sobek and whoever else you want to put up there between the 4 and 5. I think a couple of characters are like 8 seconds. Either way, I'm so happy to see this, but I don't know if this will make him any more relevant. But I'd say for the patch notes, this is my first time ever doing one of these. I love theory crafting, and speaking of theory crafting, I have a podcast with TheBoonDoggler. We just do it for fun, and we just talk about items, changes we want to see, talk about the SPL and things like that. So I'm hoping that you guys will come by and check that out too. I'll put the link in the description below, and his links as well. Come check us out, and thank you. Come see us next time.